What's been the key to your line here in the last couple of games? Why have you guys been so effective? Or how have you guys been so effective?
I think playing with the puck is a big part of it. Just retrieving in the O zone a lot. I feel like that's where we create a lot of chances, and then just trying to play with a lot of speed.
I know you had a really good summer as far as gaining muscle and such. Are you seeing that pay off, maybe especially now that you have more strength as the season is getting almost to the halfway point?
Yeah. No, I feel fresh. My body feels good, and definitely feel a big difference, and a big difference in continuing it during the season as well. So, I feel good.
Derek was just saying he saw described it as mental toughness, that after the game you had in Minnesota, the way you bounced back. How much of that is just cognizant of how much better you can play than maybe on some nights?
I know it's a long season. It's going to be ups and downs. Obviously, you want the downs to be as short as possible and as high as possible. But as a team, individually, I think it's just about looking forward. And I feel like that's the beauty. You always have a game the next day or 2 games 2 days later. So it's just about getting back to it and playing our game.
What do you think you as a forward group can do to better help out kind of the defensemen and the goalies lately?
Obviously a big part that we've been talking a lot about. We want to be stronger in front of a net, especially breaking pucks out. So that's a big thing.
How important was it last night to kick off the road trip that way?
I think it was huge for us. Obviously, start off the road trip on a good note. I thought it gave us a lot of confidence and start off the trip really well. So. Thought it was a big game for us. It wasn't pretty by all means, but we found a way to hang in there and battle through some adversity a little bit in the game, and come back when we were down 3-2, and obviously get those 2 huge goals in a short period of time. Give us a little bit of confidence in there.
From your perspective, what do you think led to? Obviously, the month of December going the way it did, and some of the goal totals given up. What led to that in your eyes?
Yeah, I think we just weren't playing to our identity. I thought, to start the year, obviously, special teams were huge. I think we were scoring a lot of goals, and we were defending really well. Obviously, a few injuries here and there. Obviously, you can say that a little bit. But I think we just, we weren't defending as well. Just, our D-zone coverage wasn't dialed. Neutral zone, we were giving a lot of odd man rushes, a lot of turnovers. So I think a little bit was our sloppy play, and obviously we were trying to make plays that weren't always there, and it led to other teams capitalizing, and hopefully we can clean that up moving forward now into our game. And it was a good positive note yesterday, but I think we still got some work to do.
Junior, still very young, but Lucas is having such a good season. How much of that is just getting familiar with the league and just maturing physically, something you really probably can't rush as you age?
Yeah, no, he's a really good player. A lot of skill in his toolbox. I think he's also learning to play the right way, which is really huge. Obviously, for a young guy to be able to defend pretty well, and with his skill set, I think it's pretty impressive, and I think he's come a long way for sure. He's playing with a lot of confidence, and at one point in the season, he was arguably our best player when we had that Sweden trip there. So I'm really happy for him. Obviously, he's a great player, and he's going to be for a long time in this league, and it's nice to kind of see him progress and grow, in this 200-foot game.
How much does a guy like Perron mean to this team? 2 goals last night, just his work on the line last night, causing you a bunch of grief on the ice at practice today and stuff. How much does he mean to this team?
Yeah, no, he brings a lot of energy. Obviously, his leadership and his his ability to lead by example on and off the ice. He's a very vocal guy. He brings a lot of pride and energy into our practices, our games on the bench. You hear him; he's loud, which is good to have. Obviously, it keeps guys on their heels. It keeps guys sharp and dialed, and he's always there, kind of looking after us. And he's been in this league for a long time now, so he kind of knows what it takes to build a build our game, to win essentially. And he's just been, a really good leader for our team.
Has he been really huge for you the last couple seasons since he's been here? So.
Yeah, obviously, being, I guess French and being from kind of that Montreal area, just kind of speaking to him, hanging out with him. He's helped my game a lot. He's given me a lot of advice, and he's probably one guy that I'd say that's helped me, kind of progress in my career a little bit too now. And I really like having him around. Like you said, he's a great example. He's a great leader, so he's good for our team.
Does he constantly talk when you guys are hanging out too?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised you guys don't hear him on the bus or anything at all. But yeah, he's always talking. He's an energetic guy, and like I said, he brings a lot of energy and pride into this team.
You played with Strong at a couple different points this year. What do you like about the fit that you two have together?
Yeah, I mean, he's a highly gifted player too. He's another one who likes to shoot the pucks, likes to create offense, likes to play off the rush and transition, and he's good at finding those open spots and getting to pucks, creating turnovers and creating himself his own chances. He creates a lot on his own, and just I guess like his shot, like his speed, and his offensive ability is pretty good.
And Alex in goal, or?
Yeah, Alex will be back in that, correct, yes.
So you have Zach if Andrew...
We have Zach, and we obviously have the 11-7 option too.
What has Alex shown you here lately?
High
In this
compete,
stretch?
I think he brings some confidence to our group, even puck handles. He just, he's going to battle for you. We've won 2 of our last 3. And then obviously we had a pretty good game against Boston. We could be sitting here talking about points in 3 straight. But our last 3 losses, we were literally 2-2 in the third and found a way to lose all 3 of those games. Last night we were 2-2, and he battled for us and gave us an opportunity to find a way in the end. So I just think he brings some confidence to the group right now.
Is there anything new on Vila?
No. He may get on the ice here in a little bit, but no time frame yet on where he's at.
No, plus minus, you can only be so much into it, but Alimata kind of stands out in your back end as having a nice plus.
Really happy with it. And again, I understand why the plus minus is kind of an outdated stat, and a lot of people look a lot into it because a lot of it's matchups. Obviously, Ole's probably not facing the top 6 of most teams or top matchups, but there's something to that. Win your shift, a positive. So, underlying numbers are probably more about guys, but I still think there's something about the black and white plus minus. I think that's certainly a positive, and I think all these games are very good for us lately.
What have you seen growth in him just in the time you've had him?
Confidence, poise. He's predictable and simple. We have some times that we battle a simple North game, and he's very predictable. He's very predictable in North, and he's easy to play off. Absolute pro. I think that's the guy you root for, guys appreciate. You see him. We have a 35-minute practice. He's working 10 minutes before. He'll be the last one off the ice today. It's just the way he's wired. I think it's a really good example for our group.
What are you hoping to see with these power play units?
It's just, we're still, I love the fact that we'll take 2 for 4, 50%, a big part of our win last night. But, we're still working through some things. It's just tough in that we have some good options. We feel we have 10 to 12 power play type caliber players, but sometimes the hands don't match up. Sometimes they need someone for the face-off. Somebody might be really good on an entry or a retrieval, but there's better options when it's set up. So I just think we're still working through. I think what you're seeing right now is probably a 2 power play approach. No different last night. It was, technically, quote unquote, that second unit that went out for us. They obviously got a couple of reps as our first unit that got the 2 goals. So we're still working through some things there. Good problems to have because we have so many options. You guys saw us last year. We couldn't get 10 guys. We were making up players on the power play. No disrespect to any of those guys. Now we just have some options, just a little chemistry and put it all together.
When you have that many options, how do you decide when to let something ride and try to build chemistry versus?
It's a tough balance because, and again, you'd like to judge the power play a little bit on process. And we went through a couple of those games where we had 6, 8 grade A's off the power play in the game. You know, Patty with an open net. Taberka went through some of those games with 4 power play goals. It doesn't go in. And then you have a game last night where our process was just okay, and we buried 2. So I just think it's a balance of same thing, trusting, getting those looks. Same thing. It sounds like a broken record, but more the feel of it and the process of it, and sometimes the outcome.
With Lucas, how much of the progress he's shown this season do you think is just him maturing? I mean, just he was so young when he came in. I
just think he had the proper summer. You can see confidence in his game. What I like is you can see some consistency, some bounce back. He comes off the break. That Minnesota game, it was just one of those games where it was not a good game for him. He's literally a -4. He earned the -4. He literally could have been a -6 that night. And just the mental toughness to bounce back. And he was arguably our best player in the next 3 games. So I just think there's some mental fortitude in him. He's really growing as a player. And that's really a positive for us.
Do you sense, too, that he just, I mean, there are shifts where he just really wants to take over or just, be the one who...
Probably asking, because that line last night, we had a solid game last night. We didn't have everyone going, but the Perron, Larkin, Raymond line, every time they went out, they tilted the ice. And ultimately, they were the guys that got it done for us in the end. So yeah, I mean, you'd like a player to take that step when he's out there, he's going to win this shift. He's going to tilt the ice for us, and last night was an example of what he did.
Why was Perron kind of like a good fit? And with those 2 guys, did you think?
He's predictable, he's simple. He can possess zone time for those guys. He can make plays. Obviously, he doesn't have the feet of, especially Larks. Not many people in the league do. But he's easy to play off because he's a simple game, and we'd like to see probably a little bit more of that throughout our entire lineup. But he's complemented Dylan very well over the last 2 years. And again, we have a good problem in that we have many options throughout our lineup. And last night, obviously, those 3 were clicking. And we'll for sure see them again to start tomorrow night.
All right, so Copp is probable?
I would, it'd
25%?
probably, I don't know, it'd probably be a morning. Obviously, he was unable to skate today. He was the only guy, so we'll see how he feels tomorrow.